before when we were talking about other international officials and what have you. Then the right of protest to appeal, whether or not there was a start information system. Yes, we say that if there's an SIS, as much as possible, and the SIS is working effectively and efficiently, the start referee would most likely not accept the protest, most likely. But if the athlete continues, the athlete can be given the right of appeal. So it is not cast in stone for the appeal to be considered for them. When such happens, when a protest is based on an athlete's incorrect exclusion, maybe the athlete has been, the referee refuses to accept and excludes the athlete from competing, and the athlete appealed, and the appeal was upheld. That athlete should be afforded the opportunity to run on their own to record a time in the event, and so consequently, if applicable, to be advanced to the subsequent round. No athlete should be advanced to the subsequent round without competing in all rounds unless the referee or the jury of appeal decides otherwise in the particular circumstance of the case. Obstruction and jostling most times brings about this. We've seen it in many of our competitions where athletes are advanced by the jury of appeal. When a protest is made by or on behalf of an athlete or team that did not finish a race, the referee must first ascertain whether the athlete or team was or should have been disqualified for a breach of the rules unrelated to the matter raised in the protest. So in order not to waste time, when a protest is lodged, it is a good practice to check if there are other reasons, clear reasons, apart from what is being protested, why that athlete should not even be allowed to continue. If there is, then that protest will even be dismissed ab initio. Should that be the case, the protest shall be dismissed. That's what's been said there. So, process, immediate oral process against validity of a trial. If there is, that is in the field event now, the referee should arrange measuring and may decide to record the result. The truth is, best practice, if you measure, then you should not you should record the result, but not transmit it. I think the last time Suren also brought this, underscored this. Record, but don't transmit. In case there's a protest and, in case the protest is upheld, then they would validate the result and transmit or publish it. The referee may allow the athlete to continue on that protest if the protest occurred, that is in the field event. During the first 3 rounds of trials of a horizontal field event with more than 8 athletes, which of course, normally if it's more than 8 athletes, only 8 athletes will advance for the. But if there's a protest, that athlete can be allowed to continue to the subsequent rounds of trials. Okay. The referee can allow such an athlete if it is clear that the athlete will advance to the subsequent rounds of trials if the protest or subsequent appeal was upheld. So what this is saying really is that if there's a protest, and ordinarily the athlete wouldn't have advanced but the athlete has recorded a kind of maybe distance that can enable them continue. If that protest is upheld, then the referee should allow that athlete to continue to compete under protest. If for me, if the trial that has been recorded has not even made the mark in the first place that can advance to the subsequent 3 more rounds, for me, I don't see any basis to accept that protest because it will lead nowhere. But in the course of being fair to all concerned, the interest of all concerned can allow, but it will lead nowhere. Because even if the protest is adopted, that distance or performance recorded will still not qualify to the next round. And I'm sure too, most of the athletes, they know. If they are not qualifying, there will be no basis for such protest anyway. In the vertical jump, where the athlete will advance to a higher height, only if the protest or subsequent appeal is upheld. The same is applicable. So we check some of these things in order for our competitions not to be unduly delayed. In all events, protested performance of the athletes and any other performance achieved by them while competing under protest will become valid only if a subsequent decision to that effect is made by the referee or an appeal to the jury of appeal is made and is upheld. Where an athlete in field events, where as a result of an athlete competing under protest, another athlete is allowed to continue in the competition, when they would otherwise not have done so, such athletes' performances and eventual results will remain. It will remain valid irrespective of whether the athlete that protest was upheld or unsuccessful. So the athlete has an advantage that was advanced based on the protest, but not the one protesting. If the one that is protesting, the protest fails, the athlete fails out, but the one that was moved alongside the one protesting will continue. Jury of appeal, same 30 minutes. The appeal must be made 30 minutes of the official announcement of the referee's decision or advice given. And when there is no amended result, the TIC will record the time of communication of that result. Now, one thing that is very important, for an appeal, protests are not oral. An appeal is not oral. Protest can be oral, but an appeal must be written formally. There are places, forms, designated forms are provided for the protest and for the appeal, and you obtain it or download it, as the case may be, and use it for your appeal. It is not oral. Protests can be oral, appeals cannot be oral, must be in writing. Must be accompanied by $100 or equivalent to be forfeited if it fails. And the jury of appeal can consult anybody, including the referee of the event, and all available evidences, even from maybe non-state actors. Okay, I'm just joking, according to the judge. Now, all available evidences can be consulted by the jury of appeal in order to arrive at a decision. Now, when in doubt, other available materials will be considered, but critically, and we should know this, and it is going to be more evident now that the jury of appeal, it may be constituted or not. If the data is inconclusive, the referees or chief race walking judges' decision will be upheld. That is where the referee has a... So if there is no conclusive evidence, the case will be decided in favor of the referee's decision. Let us note. The jury of appeal may also reconsider a decision if new conclusive evidence is presented. Provided it's still applicable normally prior to the victory or medal ceremony, the decision of the jury of appeal or the referee, in absence of a jury of appeal, or if no appeal to the jury of appeal is made, shall be final. This final decision is not subject to appeal even to CAS, Court of Arbitration in Sports. So where there is no jury of appeal, the referee's decision remains final. And these days, it will now become the video referee, because he has or she has the evidences to support the infield referee. So that becomes final. Decisions involving points not covered by the rules shall be reported to the General Secretary or CEO of the governing body. Now, classification, competition classification. I am going to write for this rule to be changed, because I don't see what they are talking more about here is results. So that's why I added my own results in bracket. Classification of results, you can see it here, TR 9.1. Men's competition classification results, women and mixed. Now, mixed competition, men is straightforward. Classification is for the men, women is straightforward. But for mixed, they cover events which male and female athletes participate together without separate classification results, as well as relay or team events in which both men and women are included in the same event. So you just look at the 4x1 or 4x4 mixed relays. That is an example of a mixed competition classification. But it is mixed. It is the result that is at play here, really, not really the competition. We have defined mixed competition and competition classifications in the past. Mixed competitions are permitted in accordance with the applicable regulations and the relevant bodies. Male and female, while male and female categories refer to the eligibility of athletes to compete in the competition classification as defined in TR 9.1, refers to the classification of results. I think I just got it here. So TR 9.1 is actually talking about classification of results, not competition classification. They have also referred it here. There may be a classification for men only, women only, or mixed. Athletes may be classified in the men's or mixed competition. Athletes may also be classified in the women's or mixed competition for female athletes. But in the mixed competitions, male and female athletes compete for a single classification of results. So the result is one. There's no separate result for male and female. Now, for simultaneous competition, this is a new one. This covers events in which men and women participate together with separate men's and women's classification results. Most times we see it in marathon as well. They move together. One is started before the other, just to make sure that they are two separate, but they are competing at the same time, simultaneously. So there's a different classification for it. The results of men is different from the results of women. But there are also times when, due to situation, maybe shortage of athletes or time, especially we allow the men and women to compete together, different maybe implements, and yeah, then the results are also indicated separately, especially in track events. 5,000 meters or longer, where there are insufficient athletes of one or both sexes competing in order to justify the conduct of, where you can't justify separating the races. So you can decide to allow the men and the women of both sexes to compete together. However, the results will be separated. The sex of each athlete shall be shown in the result and shall not in any case be conducted so as to allow athletes of one sex to be paced or assisted by the athletes of another sex. Of course, when that is done, the athletes pacing or being paced is subject to disciplinary cards. Simultaneous competition in field events may be conducted in one or more event sites. So let us take note. Measurements. Accuracy of markings and installations. This will be checked by an appropriate qualified surveyor, which shall furnish the required certifications for each of the field, the implements, the facilities. Track and field events, steel tapes or bar or scientific measuring device manufactured and calibrated according to international standards will be used. The accuracy shall have been verified by an appropriate organization accredited by the National Measurement Authority. In field events, it's recorded to hold cm, and for road events, it must be world-approved procedures. World-approved procedures means that international road course measurers would be employed to carry out the survey. Validity of performances. Only athletic performance accomplished during world ranking competitions are valid. However, performance in events normally conducted in stadium made outside traditional athletics facilities, such as this one we are seeing here, is allowed. But there are conditions. The appropriate governing body must issue a permit. There must be qualified, at least national technical officials appointed. The equipment and implements shall be in conformity with the rules, like we talked about. They must be measured or surveyed appropriately. The event site or facility must be in conformity with the rules, with an appropriate survey based on measurements taken before the event and, where possible, on the day of the event. Performances in events conducted in fully or partly covered venue where the length or other specifications of the facility do not comply with the rules for short track, that is like indoor, shall be valid and recognized as if they were achieved on a 400-meter standard oval track. Performances made during qualification rounds, the ones made in deciding ties in high jump and pole vault, and any event that is subsequently decreed void as specified in the rules, but has already been held, and the record is broken. And in race walking event, the athlete is not, it goes into the penalty zone, but not disqualified. Or in individual events, in combined events competition, regardless of whether or not the athlete completes the whole combined events competition, all these performances are valid. can be validated. They can be validated for the purpose of statistics, for the purpose of records, for the purpose of rankings, and the achievement of entry standards. So let us take note of this. World Athletic is not going to ratify a performance. In the case of an individual event, of a combined events competition, if the athlete records a false start, the false start is allowed, but if that athlete now carries out a performance, a record performance, it will not be ratified. Now, video recording, all official video recording of all events to the satisfaction of the technical delegates will be made. So what they're saying here, there will be a video recording of all events. These are planned, pre-planned before the event. Camera positions are already placed. Video referees appointed. The equipment should be sufficient to demonstrate the accuracy of performances and any other violation of the rules. So it is different from the normal television displays or recording. Athletics video recording goes for specifics that will enable the accuracy of performances and violations of the rules to be recorded. Still on video recording, it is said that the world ranking competitions should obviously have video recorders, video recording in the video control room. These pictures are then available for the referees to judge, of course, and any other person that is interested in any situation, including those protesting. There's usually a viewing room created for such people who are protesting to have a look before they go ahead to appeal, and probably waste their money if they do so. In the course of the protest, there's a protest. I've already said it. The appeal process allows a team to be able to watch the case in question under a controlled circumstance. I've mentioned there's usually a viewing room. And if they are not satisfied, they can continue. That is the same video that and other evidences that the jury of appeal will use to make their decisions. So this is where I stop for now. We have, like I said, 30 minutes. We will now be going into a knowledge-based test for everyone
Oscar,
here.
Oscar,
Yes, sir.
just before you go, there's a question. Jacob Kiplimo of Uganda made a world record in the half marathon, running below 57 minutes, but World Athletics refused to ratify it on grounds of assistance given by the official lead. How do we differ this? How is it different with the permitted assistance of lights and time on track events?
This is, well, as I said, there's what happened that the half marathon was by an assistance given by an official. The official now, are you talking about the official lead vehicle or the official in person? Now, if it is in person, it's different from the lights. The lights are allowed if they are capable of providing the lights. When what's his name? This Kipchoge, is it Kipchoge?
Kipyegon. Which one are you talking about? The half or for the one
The
for the
marathon?
The half marathon.
No, okay. Now I'm talking about this under 2 hours race run by what's his name? This Kenyan now.
Eliud Kipchoge.
Kipchoge. Yes, if you watch that event, you will see that there were lights that led him to that finish point. Even with pacers and everything, there were lights. So that is allowed now. But in terms of an official, except the situation is clarified, how the official lead occurred. That's why I was asking, is it the lead vehicle or an official himself that carried out that assistance? And how did the official carry out the assistance? That would help us, because I didn't watch. I don't know that marathon.
Oscar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for the presentation. Maybe let me throw some more light. During the ratification, it was the world record was denied with the view that the lead car was too near.
Okay.
Too near, that it was very close to Jacob Kiplimo. I don't know whether there's an official distance where the lead car is supposed to be, because that also brings to me how far should the lights, those guiding lights, assistant lights in the track, how far should they be? So they refused to ratify that record, and he was denied the world record. Unfortunately, he ran again and he got it, but it was not a sub 57 this time around.
Okay.
That's how I understood it.
Oscar.
Okay. Yes,
Oscar.
like I said, that's what I was asking.
Oscar,
Okay, please.
Oscar, there are people here. I saw Suren. I saw.
Yes.
I saw Nasir. Let them help me.
Abdel is here. Suren is here. Okay,
Yeah,
they can
let them
come in
help
at this stage, please. Sorry, I'm not even seeing the screen. That's why, when you're presenting, your screen is taking over completely most times.
Suren, can you?
Please, my other colleagues, Suren, Abdelba, Rosa, and any other person can contribute.
Hi, Oscar, and hi, everybody. I'm in between two meetings. So, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, with regards to is it for the marathon, the same marathon?
Yeah, they said the Uganda.
Yes, sir.
Half marathon. It's a half
Yes.
marathon.
Yes, the half marathon. So we need to be very careful here, because there have been events which were organized by sponsors and so on, where the conditions of the race were not the general conditions of a race. Means they were specific with the aim to break the record. Now, you have the lights, because of course everything needs to be authorized before by the governing body. Right. So in this case, what happened, that event, it was not only about the lights, but also about the conditions of the race, and also probably the shoes that was used also, which contributed to the whole not being validated. Right. So there has been several factors here. So the fact that the lead car was very close to, at least to give them the indication of they should be accelerating, so provided that information through lights. And you will see that in an official event, those lights are at the right, the left of the track, which is visible to everybody. This one was done specifically for one athlete. So there have been a series of circumstances here, which made that this event was not one which was recognized as being one which could provide a world record, and this is why it was not validated.
Thank you
But
very
if it
much.
was done in normal courses, in normal events, surely it would have been.
Thank you very much, Suren.
Thank you, Suren.
I hope this clarifies it.
There's a
Because
hand.
if the lead car is moving maybe it will slow down, stop, and get the athlete to come near before you're advancing. There could be some indication of some funny play. It's possible, but the experts, they know what they look out for. Suren has
Oscar?
also mentioned a few more. Yes,
Oscar,
please,
we have another hand.
highlight whoever you're seeing. You are co-presenting.
Simonio, go ahead, please. Kusinet, you are muted.
Thank you.
There we go.
Yes, thank you. I wanted clarity on the field events where an athlete is having simultaneous events, both field. First call, the athlete is not available. He's taking part at the other event. Second call, the athlete is not around. He's taking part at the other event. Then third call, the athlete is around. I did not quite hear the proper procedure there. My network was acting up.
Well, that's very hypothetical. When you say first call, second call, third call. First, simultaneous event and concurrent entry. It means the athlete is concurrently participating in the two events. Now, for the athlete to be able to even do it at all, there must be an approval from the referee of one of the events. So if the athlete leaves to go and participate in the other event, on the approval of the event referee, the athlete is given a different order. Most times, probably the last on that round of trial. By the time the athlete does not come back when that time that was allotted reaches, the clock starts, and after the relevant time, the athlete is given a pass for the first time. The pass, like I said, especially for vertical jumps, has some advantage over failure. Now, if automatically, since the athlete did not return, the next round of trials, the athlete will be placed in his or her original order in the start list. If the second time, which is probably what you say, the second call, the athlete does not still show up, the athlete will be given a failure. Now, again, assuming the athlete's turn comes again a third time, and the athlete still did not show up, the athlete will be given a failure. If it is for maybe horizontal or other types of event, but for high jump, it will also be that the athlete has retired from the competition. It will be an error. So that is how I can explain it. I don't know if it's clear. But is that clear? If there's any additional...
Very clear. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Please, before we will give opportunity to more hands, but we have some knowledge test questions that we want you to just run through, just to have an idea that we have fulfilled all righteousness here. Please permit us to do that. So, Rosa.
Oscar, sorry, we have one more hand. Can we just deal with that?
Okay. Muzira, consider Noah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm calling from Uganda. My concern is still about the Jacobo's issue. Whereas the athlete was penalized, is there any way that the organizers can as well stand for such a blame? Because if the issue of the lead car comes to a penalty to be given to the athlete, what of the organizers who are thought to be fully technically equipped? That is why I wanted to know.
Rosa, you want to go in first?
Yeah, Oscar, I think for the purpose of this session, we note the question. We still have sessions on world records and also on road running.
Yeah.
For the purpose of this session, can we please park that, and the presenters for both that sessions are in the group, so for them to take note and then respond to the question
okay,
at the later stage.
Please, if we have some time, we'll come back to it. But straight away, there are also administrative actions that can be taken, apart from the sanctions from the referee. The technical commission director and higher level persons can also take action if they see that the officials are involved in this. So that is a different level of sanctioning. So let's go. We have a few questions that we want to just run through. So Rosa, maybe I give you the floor. I'll be pushing the slides out from here.
Okay. Just to warn everyone, this is not necessarily questions that will come in the exam. This is to cover the chapter that we have dealt with, and also give you an idea, because we've listened to some of the complaints, for example, that there are 3 questions that you have to answer to get 1 mark. So that is why we try to give you an idea of how questions will be asked, but also to give you a coverage to focus on for when revising this chapter again. So this is fairly difficult. We are definitely not going to finish the test. So I suggest that we just run through some of the questions, and there you can see he's also adding. Oscar can also add some of the options.
Answers.
Yes. So I'm not sure, Noah, are you satisfied? Is that a new hand? Is it an old hand? If it's based on the question
I have another question.
Please, let's finish with this. This will please. Let's just go through this.
It is in line with what we have learned.
Okay.
I need some guidance. Now, for such an athlete who has 2 failed events running at the same time, how does this athlete come out of quorum? Does this athlete again go back to quorum to be ushered for the other event, or is he cleared from quorum once? That is what I wanted to know, please.
Yes, there are quorum times. If the 2 times are clashing, but as much as possible, they are usually a little spacing, even if it is few minutes. But it means that the athlete might be in the quorum at the same time. Right from that quorum, note there is a quorum referee who can decide on some of these things right from the quorum. I think from the quorum there, more experienced people can talk from here. Suran is here, and every other person. But from the quorum, decisions are being taken. The referee there can alert the event referees that there's an athlete that has concurrent entries, and so may need to be given some options to take their events in a different order. So those can be arranged. So if the person reports to 1, and from there, depending on the position on the start list, assuming in a particular event is coming early in the start list, it's expected that that athlete will go to that first event before the second one, and so on and so forth. So all these things are administratively also managed, and that is why very sound people, like I said the last time, must be at the quorum, and communication must always flow between the officials, and even the technical delegates can decide on some of these very extreme cases. But I still open the floor to more experienced people to talk on.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Oscar, can we continue?
All right. So this is compiled by Rosalinda. I only put one or two things, so I give her the credit. So we should complete the following table on age categories. What date is used to determine the age category of athletes? What date?
Is 16, 17 years old at the 31st day of the competition. Then under 20, men and women, 18 to 19, 31st December, the day of the competition, while the Masters is 35 years birthday.
I think it's done justice to that, but the first
Yeah, but
question,
Oscar, I think
Yes,
the
go ahead.
importance is, and this is exactly why we've drawn it up in such a way that you can see. So if you have not answered what date is used to determine the age category, you would not get the mark for the entire question because you needed all four answers to get the 1 mark for this question.
Okay.
So you needed the 31st of December as well.
So please take note. These are the little things they used to disgrace us, disgrace us in Africa. So the next one. Choose the correct statements regarding concurrent events. An athlete is entered in both a track event and a field event taking place concurrently. An athlete is entered in more than one field event taking place concurrently. An athlete is entered for more than one track event, and an athlete is entered for an individual track event and relays. So which one is correct?
Anyone can answer. As I've said, we won't have time to go through all the questions, but this is something that you can do. Cyril Evans.
Oh, sorry.
Evans, your hand is
B
up.
is correct.
Which one?
B. B is correct.
Any other one?
Yes.
Any other person? Do you all agree? This is the correct answer. So you see how we easily fail. Both are correct. A and B are correct.
Evans, so that is important because there's a S in the middle. In brackets, there might be more than one answer.
Yeah, that's which of the correct statement or statements is there. So that is it.
Okay, statements. I did not see the word statements. Okay.
Okay, so you have to read well, and so we'll move to the next one.
It's okay.
How will concurrent entries be dealt with? Referee may allow the athlete for one round of trials at a time, or for each trial in high jump and pole vault to take their trial in an order different from the start list. B, referee may decide that the athlete pass once the time has lapsed if the athlete is not present. Okay, no, sorry. The athlete may decide that the athlete pass once the time has lapsed if the athlete is not present. An athlete cannot take the trial in a different order. An athlete's trial will be deemed a failure if the athlete is not present for the trial. Which one is correct? Anybody? No one?
Stella?
No, I will take B. B.
Stella's hand is up. Stella?
Yes, I'm seeing 3 answers. I would like to try A, B, and D.
Yeah.
A, B, and D.
Okay. These are the answers.
Okay. Because you've given the answers already, the reason why it's not D, an athlete's trial will be deemed a failure if the athlete is not present for the trial. You first have to give the athlete a pass, and then if the
Exactly.
athlete is not present for the second call, then the athlete will get a failure. So D is not part of the correct answers.
So choose the correct statement or statements regarding concurrent events. An athlete is entered in both a track event and a field event taking place concurrently. Wait. Okay. Is this not?
I can see that is a repetition of the
Yes,
first
yes.
question.
I think so. Okay, let's take this third one. A long jumper is allowed to take the one trial in a different order. When the next round started and the athlete was called, the athlete is still not present. A, if the athlete is passing once the period allowed for the trial has elapsed. B, it is immediately deemed a failure when the athlete is not present for the trial. C, the athlete is allowed again to take the trial in a different order without the athlete having to ask, as you know, where the athlete is. D, the athlete will be allowed to take the trial when he comes, even if he must jump consecutively. Can we have someone? Vimba.
Hand is up. Vimbai. You are muted, Vimbai.
My answer is B.
D.
B.
B. It is
Bravo.
immediately deemed a failure when the athlete is not present for the trial.
Yes.
No. Remember at 2.2, we just indicated that you will first pass and then have a failure.
Okay.
So this is the purpose of the exercise. Oscar, I think giving the time, we've set the trend.
Okay, let me just run through them so that they just see it, how tricky it can be.
Okay.
So we don't need to ask them, we just go through. Next one is an athlete is allowed to take his trial in round 4 in a different order. The athlete is not present for round 5 and round 6 to take his trial. What is the procedure? Round 5 will be indicated as a pass, and round 6 as a failure. I think I explained it earlier on. The first one, we always give the person, since the person took permission, it's a pass. If it's not around the next time, failure. An athlete is not present in the final rounds of trials. The trial will be deemed as a failure if the athlete does before the time expires. We have said it. The final round of trials, there's no adjustment in the order. So if the athlete is not present, the athlete is deemed a failure. An athlete has qualified for the semifinals in the heats of the 100 meters on day 1 of an area competition. The athlete failed to participate in the semifinals of the 100 meter later that day. This is talking about medical. The athlete reports for the 400 meters, all those heats on day 2. Which of the following cases will be used to refuse participation? because he failed to, even after being qualified, he failed to participate further. And that is why he will be refused participation in the next day's event, except there's a medical certification to that effect. Valid reasons, what valid reasons can allow further participation if an athlete failed to report to the call room? Problems with the official transportation, and if there is an error on the published call room schedule. These are two reasons. But the second reason there, we have to be very careful, because the call room schedule, you are not the one to determine if there's an error or not. So whatever the schedule is, you report. We had an experience in the last African Games. There was an error. We had to call a particular event almost 1 hour before that event. So, but the people came in there and they were briefed accordingly. So please, this is correct, but careful. Select all the correct statements regarding clothing. We know most of them already. For race walk, long tights are allowed now, but they must be adherent to the athlete's legs. This is the new rule. An athlete is warned by the referee for wearing only one shoe. We know that an athlete can compete with barefoot, and he can compete wearing one shoe. But cannot complete wearing any shoe, because the shoe must be approved. And they are not only allowed to compete with both athletic shoes. So this is how tricky the questions can come. Now this table on athletics, athlete bibs, all track events, 2 bibs, jumps 1, throws 2. And this is where front and back for those that are 2, and for the jumps, that is 1, either front or back. An athlete arrives at the call room with a bib folded and pinned on at top. What will you do as call room referee? It's not to give her a new number. It's not to ask her to cut it smaller. It's not to do nothing, but to ask her to unfold it and pin it back. What can be done if an athlete does not follow any part of the athlete's bibs rule and refuses the direction of the relevant referee to comply or participate in the competition? The athlete shall be disqualified straight away. Who is responsible to ensure that athletes follow the athlete's bibs rule? There are 3 people there. I mentioned them in the presentation: starters, assistants, the umpires, and the judges. An athlete is injured during the high jump event. While waiting for official medical officials, you see that the athlete is already attended to by a medical person from his team. As the referee at the event, what will you do? Will you disqualify the athlete? Or will you warn the athlete? If repeated, disqualify the athlete? Or will you warn the athlete and give a final warning when repeated? Or you do nothing? You warn the athlete, repeated, you disqualify. What will you do with the condition while the athlete is being treated? Will you wait for the athlete to come? Or delay the competition because of the athlete? Or you decide to lower the bar when the athlete is done? Continue the competition. And if you continue, the athlete can be passed, especially for the jumps. Okay? Identify what is not seen as assistant. Viewing by athletes competing in the field of, well, possession or use of radio recorders in the competition area is an assistance. Pacing on race by persons not participating in the same race by athletes lapped or about to be lapped is an assistance. The rest are not. We saw it in the presentation.
Oscar, again, the not is important, so it's important to read the questions because the question, I've put the not in capital letters, but it can be just a normal letters, and then you need to remember it's not. The question refers to not seen as assistance.
Okay. So when is physical support from another athlete allowed? Is it when helping the athlete to recover to a standing position? Or when helping the athlete over the finish line? Or carrying the athlete on your back during any part of the race? Or pulling the athlete during any part of the race and to cross the finish line? Helping to recover to a standing position, I explained a lot about it during the presentation. Under which case or cases of assistance that are not allowed can an athlete be disqualified without a warning? This one will definitely come in every exam. Pacing. That one requires immediate red card. Receiving physical support from another athlete that assists in making forward progression is also something, because there might be no time to continue to caution. Athletes and relay teams shall participate in athletics competition in a bona fide manner and shall not engage in unsporting or improper conduct. Any athlete or relay team failing to comply with this rule may be warned or disqualified. Which person or persons starting from the warm-up area up to the competition area has authority on disciplinary matters? Scoring referee. The rest other times. Which cards are shown for warning and disqualification in disciplinary matters? Is it the green and black, yellow and red, black and red, or green and red? It's yellow and red.
Also important to note, we are not referring to the colors in terms of diagonal cards. It is two different cards.
Yes. Athlete A receives a yellow card during high jump for sporting improper conduct. Athlete A receives another yellow card during the 400 meters hurdles under the same rule. From which events will the athlete A be disqualified? We have said it. The later one, all other events prior, other rounds of the events will be valid. It's the current event. In which case or cases can a relay team be disqualified under bona fide participation on sporting and improper conduct? Athlete A gets a yellow card in an individual event and in a relay race. I think we explained it the other time. Athlete A gets a yellow card in an individual event, athlete B in a relay race, athlete C in the same relay race. Athlete A gets a yellow card in an individual event, athlete B in a relay race. Athlete A gets a yellow card in an individual event, athlete B in an individual event, and athlete C in an individual event. The one that gets 2 yellow cards becomes a red card, and that is a disqualification. In this category 2 here, there was there are 2 cards in the same relay events, B and C. That's what led to their disqualification. Please take note. Protests concerning the status of an athlete to participate in a competition must be made prior to the commencement of such competition. Once a decision is made, there shall be a right of appeal. To whom must the protest be made? Protests. Technical delegate, not referee. Remember I said that most of the protests prior to competition probably might have to do with eligibility. So the referee has not come to play at that time. So it's the technical delegate. Take note of this. Who will deal with the appeal? Normally, Appeal is appeal. It's the jury of appeal. It's not the referee. It's not that person. When will an athlete be allowed to compete under protest? When the matter cannot be resolved immediately. Within that time period, between what time period must a protest concerning results or conduct of a round of an event be lodged? This is very tricky, very, very tricky. I wish we could answer it, but I was just 30 minutes after the completion of the event, or 30 minutes after the official announcement of the results of that round of the event. It can be
I'll
tricky.
go for B.
It's B. Because some people will just quickly go for completion of the event. Event can be completed, but there's no official announcement. For example, if there was a protest that was being considered, like I said, there are times you record, but you don't transmit. So when all those things are going on, the event has been completed, but the result is not yet out. So that official announcement is very important, or when it's received at the TIC. Who can make a protest to the referee? The athlete himself or herself, someone acting on their behalf, or the official representative of the team. How will you classify a mixed competition? Just think about the mixed relays. Men and women participate together without separate classification of results, so with same classification. How will you classify a simultaneous competition? It's the opposite. Men and women participate together, but they have separate classification of results. So that's the difference. How will an athlete competing under protest in a track event be indicated? This again can be tricky. Is it by yellow and white diagonally have flags and cards? Or by red and white diagonally have flag? Or by black and white diagonally have flag? Or by red and white diagonally have card?
C.
You are sure? No. Now, B is saying diagonally have flag. It's not a flag. So let's take note. It's a card. That's why I say it's tricky. True or false? The referee can order the measurement of a trial, which is the subject of an immediate oral protest in a long jump event where there is a clear mark made in the plasticine by the athlete in question, or in the throws event where the implement clearly lands outside the sector. Is it true or false?
True.
True. It's false. This one is clear that the athlete, the plasticine is showing that the athlete has stepped beyond the takeoff board. There's nothing to measure there.
It's false, Chair. It's false, eh?
Yeah. We see this question like Rosalinda has been saying. The referee can order the measurement of a trial, which is the subject of an immediate oral protest. In a long jump event, when there's a clear mark, clear. Now, well, it's still debatable, but the rule actually says it. In situations like this, that protest is going nowhere. So while you can measure it for keeps in case, but the real sense of it is not applicable. The rule specifies it clearly. I can probably take you to that rule if there was time. So, but take note, this is the referee can reconsider a decision initially made upon the presentation of new conclusive evidence even after the victory ceremony of the applicable event. True or false?
That is true.
It's false.
After the victory ceremony.
It's false. It's false.
You see, this is after the victory, before the victory ceremony, yes. But after the victory ceremony is a different ball game. It has to go into some other administrative matters. Okay. And then after the victory ceremony, you are no longer in charge. Referee's role ends with the victory ceremony. From the time the event starts up to the victory ceremony. After that, it's no longer your business. Do you understand? So that is why it is strongly false. Following our competition classification in athletics, men's, women's, mixed, and concurrent competition classification, true or false? True or false?
True.
Lie is false. There's no concurrent. There's simultaneous, no concurrent. Okay. Simultaneous stadium competition can be conducted in all races of 5,000 meters, irrespective of the number of athletes of both sexes available. True or false?
That could be true.
It's false. First, 5,000 and above. Second, there must be a condition that the athletes are not enough to constitute separate events. So if the number of athletes are many, then there's no need to hold the event simultaneously. So there are two aspects of it that makes it false. Simultaneous competition in field events cannot be conducted at more than one event site. True or false?
False.
False.
Very good. Performances in events conducted in fully or partly covered venue where the length or other specifications of the facility do not comply with the rules of short track competitions shall be valid and recognized as if they were achieved in a 400-meter standard oval track, even if the governing body did not issue a permit.
False.
Yeah. So all those plenty grammar is the last part that makes sense. So now about video recording. In world ranking and whenever possible in other competitions, an official video recording of all events to the satisfaction of the technical delegate shall be made. What can the recordings be used for? Marketing purposes, to support the role of the video referee, to demonstrate the accuracy of performances, to demonstrate the violation of the rules.
C and D.
Yeah. C and D.
B, C, D.
The C and D, Chair.
C and D, sure, but B too, it helps them. It helps them.
B, C, D.
We're talking about the official recordings. Yeah. How can the running and race walking referee be supported by the video referee? If there's a potential infringement, request the video referee to check. Video referee identifies rule infringements that were not picked up by the umpires. Sent the recording to the running and race walking referee and requested them to do their job properly, as it is not their work to identify infringements. All of the above.
D.
All of
D.
the above.
So This is how it goes.
You are not telling anyone to do their job properly.
So this is how it goes. So we'll read better, we'll continue to engage, and this is where we round off for today. We went slightly, 16 minutes, but if there are more contributions or comments, we're welcome. So from me and Rosalinda Cox, we want to appreciate the AADC for this opportunity again to contribute a little quota. We are not experts, we are not, but the little we know we have shared and we'll continue to learn. Thank you. Rosa, over to you.
Thank you, everyone. I think this was a bit of a long session, but as you can see, the importance of going through this questionnaire so that you can understand the conflicting on first value correct answers, and then read, reread, and then you will find the proper answers. So thank you very much, and God bless. Have a good weekend forward.
Yeah, so over to AADC. Is Suran here? Suran wants to
Okay,
add something.
thank you, everyone. Okay, thank you, Oscar.
Thank you.
Ibrahim is there? No, I don't think.
Thank you.
I don't
Be
think he's there. Thank you. Let's see everyone next weekend.
Thank
Okay,
you.
next weekend, please join.
Okay, from
Have a great weekend.
Ondo State, Nigeria.
We
Thank you
shall.
very much,
Thank you
God
so
our
much.
bless.
facilitators. Benefit.
Pauline, I miss you, Pauline. Are you here?
I'm here,
They're
sir.
wonderful.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
very much from South Africa.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
from
from
Lagos.
Kenya.
Well done, sir.
Thank you, sir.
God bless.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
from
Well done, sir.
Nigeria.
I
Well
really
done,
enjoyed the
sir.
Thank
lecture,
you,
sir.
Oscar. Thank you, Oscar.
Yes, sir.
Well
Bye.
done,
Thank
sir.
you, everybody.
Nigeria to the
Thank
world.
you from Nigeria.
From
Thank you, Kenya.
Ghana, be blessed. Thank you for your
Ondo
attendance.
State,
Thank you,
Nigeria.
Linda.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you. Take
Thank you, sir.
care. Goodbye.
Linda.
Say hi
Bye.
to Nigerians. We enjoy.
Machaya.
Thank you.
Ah,
To me from
thank
Nigeria.
you.
Thank you.
Where's Macharia?
Hi, Mia.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Machaya, how are
Did you
you?
see
I didn't know
me?
you
Hi,
were recording.
Machaya.
Okay, let me open my.
All right. Take care.
Thank you. Enjoy Pepe
Right.
in Nigeria.
And Rosa, take care.
Yeah.
Right.
Nigeria to the
Here
world.
is my China now.
Pepper soup.
There we go.
There's my Chaya. Linda, thank you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Hi, John. Bye.
Nice to see you, Machaya.
Yeah,
See you
thank you.
all
Same
next
to you.
week. Good.
Yes,
Goodbye.
please. Bye. Stay blessed.
Bye, Daktari. Bye. Niseme nikudikieni tendewa.
Okay, bye, everyone. Have a nice weekend.
Bye. Same to you. Maurice Okumu. Hmm? Hmm? Yes. Eh,